I know this might not be the official top foods for weight loss, that official list out there somewhere. I'm gonna share with you what I eat at least weekly and still lose weight and be over 50. You can do it, I know it. So there's 5 foods that I eat weekly, and I really love them because it just fits. They're versatile, they are healthy, nutritional, they're low calorie density that we talk about all the time, and they are considered high water content foods. And because the water is so high in the foods, you absorb the water, and it's very different than just drinking water. So if you're drinking water, usually it's just going through your body, right? But with food, it definitely attaches onto your cells and absorbs in your body. So you're holding it a lot longer, and you become a lot more hydrated on top of drinking your water as you should daily. So let's get started. As we discussed in many videos in the past, the older that we get, it seems to be so hard to take off that extra weight, whether it be 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds. And so what do we do about it? I think you really need to take a chance and look at your diet and give it a little tweak. Maybe you don't have to change anything and you're doing fine. But if you're here watching this video, I'm thinking that you probably have some challenges like I do, especially with the hormones and everything fluctuating as we're getting older. And so it holds on to the extra fat on our body. With a diet change, and it doesn't have to be drastic or anything, you just could tweak a couple of things, and maybe some of these foods that I mentioned might work for you and make all the difference just to get through a plateau. And why not? Because you deserve it, right? You deserve to be at your weight that you've always wanted to be and be happy. And maybe it's not a number on the scale. Maybe it's just fat loss where you're just trying to lose inches in the waist. And I get it. So my 5 top foods that I eat every week: steamed vegetables are so nutritional because you're keeping the vitamins that are already in the vegetables itself. When you steam it, it just gives it a better taste. It tenderizes the vegetables, but at the same time, it may cut back on the bloating that you may get when you're eating raw vegetables. I do eat a lot of salads, but I try to also have in conjunction steamed vegetables at the same time. Now, why is my cat scratching on that post? Hey, hang on. Okay, come on, let's go. Go on, bye-bye. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. The cat didn't want to work today, and usually she would get on the bed and get in the video because everyone in this house works, You gotta bring home the bacon somehow, some way. So with the steamed vegetables, whether it's broccoli, I love to do that. I love the bok choy, which I just discovered recently to do myself. And also like asparagus or any of these type of green vegetables, anything with color, even peppers, you can have the orange, the red, and even the green. So there's so many choices. Adding that to the rest of your plate is gonna make a difference. And remember about plate portioning and how you have at least half your plate will be vegetables, green vegetables of some sort, and then the other half or quarter would be starches. And if you eat animal meat, that would be a quarter as well on your plate. Okay, I know I mentioned steamed vegetables, and that kind of cover the whole category of vegetables, but I do want to point out another thing that I've been doing is mushrooms. Even though that's part of vegetables, it's not green, but the texture of it has helped me to exchange meat for the mushrooms. And because mushrooms are so high water content containing type of vegetable, it really is going to give you a satiated feeling because you are feeling like maybe it's almost like eating a steak if you make it properly, like a mushroom burger, or you can put the mushrooms in your soup. You can put it in any type of plate, and it's so versatile. And I can eat a ton of vegetables, and I know I'm not gonna have many calories at all, but it will fill up your stomach. It will make you feel like you've eaten a lot, but at the same time, it doesn't give me that bloat that I may normally get with some green vegetables. So that's something that I've incorporated into my foods on a weekly basis. Okay, these are no-brainers. I know I repeated this over and over, but fruits are very good for you. Again, the high water content in fruit, it really is about helping you lose weight, but also it helps curb the appetite of sugar cravings you might have. I know I have it. Okay, I know I have sugar cravings and I want to eat something sweet every day. With fruit, that gives me the substitution for grabbing for a processed type of sugar, which we know we're not trying to do in our diet, right? I want to have something that is part of the produce department that you know grows from the ground, plant-based, whole foods. So with the fruits, you can do so many things to it. So for instance, if you want a dessert after your dinner, I would take some apples, some nice sweet apples, and cut those up. I put cinnamon on it, and even I'll put nutmeg on it, and it does the trick. Also, I have like my favorite like raspberries and blueberries. The other thing about it is if you're eating oatmeal or maybe you have it for breakfast or lunch or dinner, I put a lot of fruit in the oats because oats are a higher calorie type of starch, but at the same time it's nutritional. And with the fruits, you're basically diluting the calories. I know I've used this term before, but you're diluting your calories when you put the more lower calorie density foods like vegetables and fruit, mixing that in with the higher density types of food like rice. It can be so many different variations. But with fruit, I also, if I feel like I want some cereal, but I don't eat cereal because it's processed, right? I've been eating white rice or brown rice. I'll take a little bit of almond milk and pour that in, and I'll add in a bunch of raspberries and maybe some blueberries, sprinkle in the cinnamon, and put a few dashes of maple syrup because that is something you can have within reason. And I take that as my dessert. And you're not going off to the far left where you can still lose weight and it will continue because you look at calories from a total from the whole week, not from day to day. If you're a calorie counter, because I'm not a calorie counter, but because I eat more whole food, plant-based foods nowadays, you can be limitless with a lot of things, although you still want to be portion control. So I like just looking at my plate and see how much I have going on there because I have big plates, and just look at portion control and how it's set up versus the starches, versus the vegetables, and then versus the fats. I mentioned rice, and that's exactly it. I can eat white rice, I can eat brown rice, and I've been discovering that I really love the jasmine rice mostly. I was so afraid of it because I was thinking, you know, this is carbs, high carbs, oh my goodness. But we got to learn that these are complex carbs, and when you don't add in the butter and add in the oils, you can lose weight on these types of carbs. And I add those in with starchy vegetables as well as leafy green vegetables, and all these things are working for me. So there must be something to it. There must be something to it. Potatoes are very high water content food, rich in vitamins, and they taste delicious. I can make my potato fries. I can make whole potatoes. I can make mashed potatoes. And again, if you're not adding in all those toppings like the sour cream, the cheese, the butters, you know, all that, then you can have a bunch of potatoes daily. You know, you've heard of the potato diet, but with the potatoes, I'm just making so many variations that I'm really enjoying, seasoning them with the paprika, the garlic powder, the onion powder, you know, salt and pepper, and then I may put the ketchup on it. I use a no high fructose corn syrup type of ketchup, and you can find that in any grocery store. Okay, I have another bonus type of food that I do eat every week that I failed to mention. I guess it technically makes it 6 foods, but really it's 5. Avocados are a wonderful addition to your plant-based meals as well, even if it's not completely plant-based. Avocados gives you that fat. It's a very healthy fat. It's great in vitamins. Yes, it is high calorie density, but it's also nutritionally high. It's really a win-win. You're getting a ton of vitamins, you're getting satiated, and you're getting the fats that you need in your diet as well. For me, I am eating probably 2 to 3 times a week that I'll eat a half of avocado in one of my meals. I think that does no harm to you on your weight loss, and you can continue to build off of that. It gives you your energy, you know, it helps you with working out, all these things, and it keeps you satiated to the next meal. Or if you're intermittent fasting or extended fasting, it's a great way to kick off a longer fast as well, because you have eating the additional fats. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at RegEdited, and come by and say hello. Don't be a stranger. And also I have my website, regedited.com. So I really love you guys. I appreciate you watching, and don't forget that caregiving begins with you. Bye. Don't let it fall on